it was just paved in the 1400s, considered. So as I said, I underline, very authentic atmosphere. And for this reason, you do not have a subway to get there now. It is the only area of Rome that is not connected by a subway line, through a subway line. And I would comment, it's a good thing because it remains nice and authentic. So the only way to get there is either by bus, by taxi, or simply walking. It's a 20-25 minute walk from the Vatican area if you're on the same side of the river. Or if you're staying on the other side, from Piazza Navona, it takes you still the same thing, about 25 minutes walking, and it's a very pleasant area. So you can just stroll your way slowly to there for lunch or for dinner. That's a nice idea. So now Trastevere is mostly known as the hangout area of locals. So this is the idea of Trastevere to Italians, to Romans in general. You have all these cute little clubs around and shops and lots of plants. And as promised, we are going to start our walk from the west side of the neighborhood. So we're not going to start close to the river, like many tour guides do usually when they take you to Trastevere. We're going to start from the opposite side, so from the west corner of the neighborhood, where John Cabot University is located. It is right outside of what used to be the former gate to enter the Trastevere neighborhood. There it is, Porta Settimina. Now, this gatehouse, as many, many monuments, you should have learned by now, you should be more experts than me by now. This is the result of many different building phases. The name Settimina actually derives from an ancient Roman dynasty, the Severi dynasty, and its head of the dynasty, Settimio Severo, because in this area was their villa, their palace. So probably this gatehouse used to be part of their precious gardens, and then it was later absorbed inside different buildings in later time periods. The most important phase was when during the 1200s, oh, there we go, I'll just stop here. This gate became the main way, the main route, it became part of the main route used by pilgrims to reach St. Peter's Basilica. So especially pilgrims that were traveling from southern Italy, arriving in Rome, right? They arrived in Trastevere, and they would cross the neighborhood and then continue north towards the Vatican area, which at the time was still outside the city walls. So they would just go through this door. And that's the time when these frescoes come from. Very damaged. The first one you saw, there's basically nothing left. There's just the area where it used to be. This one, if you notice, is more recognizable. There is a Jesus Christ there on the left part. Now that's sadly all that is left, but as I said, there is a long, long, long history and building phases tied to this. The last renovation phase took place in the 1700s. All the crenellation you see belongs to the 1300s time. So once again, a perfect time capsule of Rome through the centuries. Here it is. So make sure, Porta Settimina, here we are. There's, when you go there, when you will be there in person, to stop and also notice this plate on the floor. This is here to commemorate the location of a movie set, because exactly in this corner, and I love that when I was filming, there was indeed a car that started driving towards me, because it comes from a famous movie. The scene, pardon me for the resolution, it's a 1980s movie, very famous, very Roman, by Carlo Verdone. Look at all the gesticulations going on. In this part of the movie, Leo, that you see there, is being yelled at by the passersby because he just spilled some oil, and then a shop owner throws some watered soap, and then the local, the resident, yells at him because it's even more slippery. So everything is about complaining, and Romans have this great sense of humor when they get angry and gesticulate and use a lot of Roman dialect. So if you want to really dive into Roman culture, I absolutely recommend a movie by Carlo Verdone, or the more historical Alberto Sordi, who indeed actually lived in Trastevere. So I'll spell it for you once again if you're curious and would like to know more about this film director. But that is a very cute story that really makes you experience Rome. However, let's continue our walk. We have so much to see, so much. Let's continue. I love that there's vegetation everywhere. I would like to point out that Trastevere does have a graffiti problem. You will notice it through the video. But when we enter Via San Dorotea, so just left of the gatehouse we used, if you look to the left, we have an ancient Roman column. That's actually very common in this area. There's a lot of ancient Roman structures that were recycled in modern buildings. But if you look more up, you have this very pretty window that dates back to the 1500s.